a drive. Now this is a 402 or a 6 litre that we've stroked with a 4-inch stroke to a 402 with the 2300 Maxwell supercharger. And obviously a fair bit of engine work, forged pistons and H-ring rods and bits and pieces like that. And then we've also put in manualised turbo 400. Some 3, 4, 5 diff gears in the thing, and a tree track a wave track rear centre to the diff. And it's just gone through and got a set of decent wheels in it, so we've got 10.5 on the rear, 9-inch on the front, 2 8530s on the rear of it, and we've just done a moderate brake upgrade. It's got the big brakes, it's got the 6-spot and 4-spot, 6-spot front, 4-spot rear in the Brembo brakes, so they're not race brakes, but they're a good street brake package which just gives us some more braking power for this sort of thing. The sort of power you've got is relevant to a degree of acceleration, but also on a manualised setup like this with a stronger gearbox, you lose your overrun or you use your deceleration, so you don't really have any engine braking, so it means that you're using your brakes, so your factory brake you push past pretty easily. As you can see, as per normal, these are a nice car to drive in the general stuff. We're just sitting on 100 k's, being only a 3-speed, there's no overdrive, so we're sitting on just on 2,500 revs at 100 k's. So you would set up different diff ratios or go to a 4-speed if you were travelling in the thing, if you were doing lots of, wanted to do 150k trips and that sort of stuff. But this ute is set up for a little bit of freeway work, basically around town, and a little bit of play in the track sort of stuff. So the 3-speed, the turbo 400 turns into a really nice combination for using like that. And just, you're going to run a little bit more revs if you're travelling down the road. That's sort of half throttle acceleration. This is set up with a 3300 stall or a 3200 stall, which in the supercharged form means we go into a bit over a 4 for a flash point for the stall. But as you can see, half throttle, we're very good acceleration, really lively, really set up well to drive like that. Okay, well I'll just go through some moderate acceleration. So I'm going to drive, just turn my traction control off, I don't want that coming in my face. These things will tend to turn the tyres a little bit on your shift change when you're on moderate power, so your traction control can be sort of turning your power off and that sort of stuff. But I'll just bring it back down and we'll just, on this long curve here, we'll just do a moderate acceleration. So reverse packing gearbox. Okay, so we'll just go from start. There's very gentle throttle off the line. So obviously a bit much for first gear, but still straight shift into second. No flare or anything. Shift in, and on the same throttle position, we've got enough then traction and ratio to be able to stop the wheel spin and just drive on it, and you're getting really good acceleration with your revs hardly changing at all. Okay, well we'll turn around here and I'll try a bit more acceleration from off the line. Rolling start. That gets up into really high speed really quickly. Really good pull there. We're getting the traction. If you roll your foot on carefully, then you're not spinning through the gears too much, and you can really start to get into full load on that thing as for the acceleration you're getting. Okay, well let's try going through the gears again. Back down to first. Okay, well that didn't quite work. Tried a little bit too much throttle on that form, and as you can see it basically broke out in second, and then I left it and it broke out again. That is essentially a traction level. We've already got more power than what we've got in traction, but as you saw, you just moderate your throttle to the right place. To a degree, run your traction control, and you can get these things to accelerate quite well, quite quickly, without going through wheel spin side of things. Obviously, this is really set up now to where you put on a set of track tyres, and this thing will hold that power and drive through. You know, these cars are really set up to be able to drive into the bottom of the 10s and beyond. Is where this thing will drive with the right combination put into it. Okay, now we're just do a little drive around town, which is in truth what this car's going to get used for a lot. It's back down to second. In most cases it does the job just fine. You've got a nice stall. You can just leave them in second, and you can go down to first, but they're really quite easy to drive around. You go back to second, you just roll into your corner. After 60 k's, maybe a tiny bit more. So you really can drive them lazy. They're nice to shift down and drive around with. You know, shift down first, and you've got even more pull out of that sort of stuff, but really nice either way you look at it. Okay. Now, being what this is, being manualised with this sort of shifter in it, back to neutral, back into drive, up, forward, you got reverse there, forward again, you got park. And as you can see inside here, a bit hard to see now, but essentially that it goes inside the manual boot, so you know, apart from the chrome bit, looks pretty factory. Anyway, that's a drive in this. It's running in the 650 horsepower in a 402 with a 2300 Magnuson and turbo 400. One nice looking tough Ute.